In the sleepy hills of Willowbrook, George Hardy lived a simple, joyful life. He loved his sheep like family, raising them only for their wool, never for anything else. Every evening as the stars came out, he'd gather his flock and share a story. And the detective declared, "The clues are all here, if only we look closely." Obviously the Nishi inherited everything. No, the footprints were too small. It's the jockey. What if it's the ghost, the haunted mansion? It's always the butler. Mark my words. The sheep would debate the mysteries late into the night, long after George had gone to bed, their clever minds fizzing with clues and suspects. But one morning, everything changed. George didn't come out to greet them. The farmhouse door was ajar. Inside, the scene looked like the climax of one of his stories. An overturned chair, a spilled teacup, scattered mystery books, and George's hat lying on the floor in a dark shadow. This is no accident. Look, the teacup is on the wrong side. George was left-handed, and these footprints, human boots, size 10, with mud from the river path, lads. George is gone. He's not coming back. The villagers gathered, and a police car arrived, driven by the bumbling officer Tim Derry. He glanced around the kitchen, a donut already in hand. Yep, old George must have slipped in the dark. Tragic accident, case closed by lunchtime, accident. We read 47 mysteries, this is murder. We know how to solve this better than that donut detective. The sheep detectives are on the case. With heavy hearts but sharp minds, the flock formed the official sheep detectives team. They knew the rules, suspects, motives, alibis, red herrings. Under a large oak tree they set up their war room. Suspect number 1, Farmer McGreedy wanted George's prime grazing land. Suspect number 2, Mrs. Nosy Parker argued with George over noisy sheep at night. Suspect number 3, the baker, he owed George money for wool blankets. And don't forget the mysterious stranger seen near the farm last week. Bad ... scary stranger. We'll interview them all. But first, we've never left the meadow. The human world is dangerous. After a few comical attempts to open the gate, they finally found it unlatched. As dusk fell, they crept out into a world they'd only ever seen from a distance. The world beyond the fence was chaotic, noisy machines, strange smells, humans who never looked down. But the sheep adapted, gathering clues one hoofstep at a time. They dodged speeding cars, peeked into the bakery to overhear the baker muttering about that stubborn Hardy, and even stole a flour-dusted glove as their first piece of evidence. At Farmer McGreedy's, they found a pair of muddy boots that matched the prints from the farmhouse. Their investigation was cut short by a guard dog, leading to a hilarious chase that ended with the sheep hiding in a pile of wool, making the poor dog sneeze uncontrollably. Note to self, dogs hate sheep a lot. This flour on the glove baker was at the farmhouse that night, or maybe George just bought bread. Don't jump to conclusions, you woolly Sherlock. Next, they eavesdropped on Mrs. Nosy Parker, only to hear her complaining that she only ever argued about the bleating. They did, however, find George's lost scarf in her garden, a classic red herring. As night fell, they staked out the river path, only to see a shadowy figure emerge from the bushes. It was just Officer Tim, enjoying a midnight snack. Every clue matters. We're close, I can feel it. A trail of flour, almost invisible in the dark, led them from the main path to an old, foggy barn. Inside, they arranged their evidence on the floor: the glove, the boot print drawings, the scarf. Just then, the baker entered, looking for a misplaced sack. He froze, startled, as the sheep surrounded him, their determined eyes fixed on his. In the moonlit barn, the truth unraveled: not cold-blooded murder, but a tragic accident born of anger and carelessness. We argued about money. He stepped back, slipped on the flour I dropped. I didn't mean for this to happen. I panicked and ran. You should have told the truth from the start. What's all this then? ... Wait, you fluffy geniuses solved it. Officer Tim, having accidentally followed the flour trail himself, burst in just in time. The sheep detectives posed triumphantly as he gently led the remorseful baker away. George's sheep honored him the best way they knew, by seeking truth and protecting their home. A plaque was placed at the farm gate, in memory of George Hardy and his clever flock. In a complicated world, sometimes the smallest hearts solve the biggest mysteries, and who knows, the sheep detectives might have many more cases ahead. The end. Bye for now.